Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today we're diving into, I want to say, a little bit of a controversial topic, which is stopping Mounjaro or Tirzepitide once you've hit your ideal weight. This video is not about stopping because of, say, side effects or costs. It's about me making a mindful decision about my future. But if you're new here, I'm Jen. I've lost 93 pounds on Mounjaro. I've been now on Tirzepitide the past month, which joined Fridays. I'm just really excited to share my plan with you all today, even though I do technically have about 7 pounds to go to hit my ideal weight. And you also might be asking, why am I planning on stopping Tirzepitide? And I want to say this decision did not come lightly. I've had many in-depth conversations with my primary care physician, my new telehealth doctor at Join Fridays. And I really, right from the beginning, want to emphasize that I completely understand those that want to continue this medication indefinitely or for the rest of your life. I am not talking about what your plan is. Each and every one of us started a GLP-1 for weight loss with various medical backgrounds. And for me, I've always found a little bit of a gray area with medications between lifelong and long-term. But when I first started taking Mounjaro for weight loss, I was told that maybe I had to spend a couple years on this medication, but never did my doctor use the term, you're on it for life. And maybe that's because it wasn't until the past couple of months that we start seeing a shift a little bit with people saying that they need to be on it, life and not necessarily long term. But I think more studies are going to be coming out in this area. But I personally don't think I need to be on it consistently for life. And this is where I can see, just some people getting a little bit mad. Please don't. We're all in different situations. And I'm going to say that a lot in this video. I'm not a doctor. I'm not your doctor. If they say take it for life, listen to them. My doctors at this time are not. And that's based off of my current situation. And we could be wrong. And I might have to take it longer than, when I do plan to stop. But that's an unknown. And I'm not going to worry about that right now. Also, as a reminder, I don't have type 2 diabetes, PCOS, insulin resistance, or other related conditions, but I've struggled with obesity and very high blood pressure, and I had an unhealthy relationship with food for many, many years. And, Mounjaro really has helped me more than I can even find the words. It has changed my thoughts on what healthy means to me. But I consider this really a critical time to set myself up for success as I try to transition off of this medication. And the next couple of months are really, I think, going to define my success living without this weekly shot. But over the past, year and a half, I've worked so hard on my relationship with food, focusing on balanced eating and, doing weight training and cardio consistently. I've been putting in a ton of effort to change. And I started that from day one, and I'm going to hopefully try my hardest to continue that for the rest of my life. And I also want to say why I think this is different than the other times that I've successfully lost to then gain it all back, once I've hit my goal weight. Well, for one, this wasn't a quick fix like those other times. I wasn't doing, unsustainable workout programs or massive restrictions on eating. I learned, and I'm still learning about the connection between my health and the foods that I'm eating. I'm really invested in learning about the ingredients in the food I'm eating and just overall listening to my body. That is the biggest thing that I've been doing. I'm still a major work in progress, but this has been such a fun ride. I'm not getting off anytime soon. And more recently, when I started implementing that 90-10 whole foods diet that I've talked in my other videos about, did I start thinking that it's no longer a diet. This is my new lifestyle. And when I broke it down with that 10%, where, I can slightly deviate from that whole foods eating, cleaner eating. I could do that for, say, a special event, holiday, vacations. When I thought about that 10%, that's 36 plus days out of the year. And when I thought about that, I was like, oh, wow, I don't feel restricted at all. And my body has responded so positively to this change. Also, I started letting that come into my mind about stopping when food noise and hunger was starting to creep back in, and I wasn't feeling discouraged at all. It was like a little bit of a wake-up call because I started focusing on ways to increase satiety and recognizing what my eating triggers were. So what does my exit strategy look like? Well, I think it's easy for me to break it down into two parts. The first one is from now until the end of the year, and the second will take place in 2025. And this is very just high level. It's not broken down into like tons of detail. But from now until the end of the year, my focus has been to lose the remaining 7 pounds to hit my weight loss goal of 100. But I will be decreasing my dosage starting in November. I am currently on 10 milligrams of Tirzepitide and have been there at this dose since the end of August. In November, I'm going to drop down to 7.5, and I will be at that dose from that time, November, to the end of the year. That's the only major change, which is decreasing to 7.5. I'm going to continue to monitor my weight, my body fat percentage, my skeletal muscle mass, all of those metrics from in-body scans monthly at the gym, and I'm going to do my weekly weigh-in still. I'm making no changes to my 90-10 whole foods diet, or as I want to keep trying to say, my new eating lifestyle. Still focusing on my 3 strength training sessions a week, and then, walking and running 3 times a week as well. I want to get a minimum. I want to start really just keeping an eye on my steps for the day, maybe trying to hit my goal of 10K plus, utilizing Lumen multiple times a day to gather my analysis for, also the daily recommendations, and then food journaling in their app. And then also getting some blood work for baselines, really just to kind of look at, the next phase of things, which is going to start in January of 2025. I'm going to be kicking off my maintenance plan at that time period. And, since it's the start of a new year, I'm also going to drop down to 5 milligrams. I'll stay there for 3 months. So that's going to be January, February, March. And this is where it slightly deviated from what the original plan was with my doctor. The plan was to stay at 5 milligrams for about a month, and then like February drop down to 2.5, but I have a decent amount of Mounjaro pens of 5 milligrams that I want to use up. And I think it's about 13 weeks of 5 milligrams. So once I finish those, I will titrate down to 2.5, and I'll stay there probably from April through the end of June. Now keep in mind, you don't have to titrate down to stop. My goal was to try to maintain my weight loss for 6 months. And this is my plan for now, but I'm working very closely with my doctors to just monitor my decreases and how I'm feeling while that's happening. And I know some people have done higher doses or pushed their shots out every like 10, 14 days. For me, I don't know, I wanted to kind of decrease and continue with weekly injections. And also this was a recommendation from Join Fridays as well for my situation. Then along with those changes to my dosage when it comes, I'm not going to really do anything major with eating and working out because I want to roll over my existing plan. But once again, let's be real here. It's the start of a new year. So what is that going to mean? It's going to probably mean a, New Year's challenge with some resolutions. I don't know what that looks like just yet. But I love challenges. So what better time than to do one at the new year? But I'm also going to continue utilizing Lumen multiple times a day to get that real-time analysis, daily macros, really prioritizing, a good balanced macro strategy, with protein and fiber. A lot of what I was doing the year before, but just learning and growing on and addressing the root cause of, what was my weight and health issues, still doing, monthly scans at the gym. And then another is I want to maintain my weight within 5% up and down. I think this is important because we see, fluctuations, and I don't want to panic. I understand fluctuations are normal, so that's why I want to put a little bit of a marker there. But just keep learning about clean eating and improving my metabolism. That might be the key. My key focus is learning about my metabolism even more in 2025, but I'm going to continue with therapy, and also get blood work in July to compare, make sure, all my markers look good. Then for the remainder of 2025, I will be completely off of Tirzepitide. I'll probably do like another little challenge or something where, it's a good way for me to just distract myself a little bit and just simplify and focus. But I've read, and this is big, I've read that after stopping GLP-1 medications, many experience increased hunger and food noise. I'm well aware of this. I've heard it and read it just about everywhere. I will have a plan for that. I'll do the best I can, but we're a solid 8 months from that happening. And hopefully this decrease in dosage will allow me to, prepare mentally and physically and using Lumen to improve my metabolism like I have the past, couple months. Also the past couple months when that food noise kind of made its way back in, I started having a plan for that and also welcoming a little bit of the hunger pains because let's be real here, that's normal. But this is not all 100% set in stone to stop in July. It's a plan at this time, and there's a chance I may have to maybe go another month or two, and that's okay. But research that I've read shows that weight loss, if you can maintain your weight loss for 6 months to a year, that is the key to success. And I understand a lot of that research is for, I don't want to say like normal weight loss and not necessarily a GLP-1, but I want to keep with that marker. I want to make sure my metabolism is reset and stable. And that's, once again, why I'm tracking with Lumen. And that's going to be a big component to my exit strategy. I'm just very excited about this journey and just focusing on just long-term solutions. I'm not being forced off this medication. This is really my choice. And in some ways, I really feel like I'm ready for a break. And I know I hear a lot from people that like 2/3 that stop, gain it all back. That's constantly out there. First of all, I think those results are just a tad skewed, but I don't want to go into that. I'll save that for another video. But I'm focusing on, say, that 1/3 of people who succeeded after stopping. Like, they maintained their weight loss. Like, why can't I be part of that group? Why can't I have that mentality of I will be that 1/3? It's not going to be easy at first, but how will I know if I've reset my body to living without a GLP-1 without at least trying? And, you know, now that I'm going to have a little extra money in my pocket, I'm willing to invest in some new workout classes, maybe go back to Orange Theory, get some healthier quality foods that are a little bit more expensive. And also, if I start gaining weight beyond the usual fluctuations, I might reconsider it. And that could be getting back on Tirzepitide or even semaglutide. Because next year, I don't even have the slightest idea what will be available. There are just so many unknowns. But I don't want to focus on, you know, what could be available in July if I need to go a little bit longer. The key is that I have a plan for right now, and I just need to get back to working on healing my body with the right foods and prioritizing moderate intensity workouts. But I want to wrap up this video here. I don't want to make this too long. I hope you found this video insightful. Let me know in your comments if, you know, you're currently on a maintenance plan, what that plan looks like, or if you plan on stopping, or if you're somebody that wants to be on it for life. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. But I will see you in my next video. You guys have a great day. Bye.